What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, I have absolutely no idea what we're doing. We're doing another random number generator request. So, for those of you who are fans of random things, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. Okay, this comes as a request from MAT, and this is kind of a unique situation. This is MAT's prioritized request for the month of December for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, MAT. I hope you enjoy what's going to happen here. MAT unfortunately did not. He's got commitments he has to make. I don't know what the commitments are. I don't feel comfortable asking, but I know he's busy. He's not always able to get back to me right away. And unfortunately, he missed the deadline for submitting his prioritized request. But I didn't want his request to go to waste. So I decided to take it upon myself to assign him a random number generator. That way, he still gets a prioritized request. It doesn't just go to waste. And he will single-handedly help somebody's request come out of the queue super early ahead of schedule. Instead of having to wait, a couple years to get it, they're going to get it right now. So Matt can be the hero here.
Well, good. Glad we're clear on that.
So yeah, that's how this comes about. So we're going to do a random number generator request. Let's transition over to that screen, and I'll see you there. All right, here we are at the old random number generator. So this is where we're going to have a request picked at random from the queue. Now, like I always say, there's a couple of rules to this. Rule number one, if you're at 300 or under, you're pretty close to the front of the line. So I like to leave these open to give people who are way at the back, who are going to be waiting, 2 or 3 years for the request to come along. I want to give them the chance. So if you're at 300 or less, you don't get to take part in this. I'm sorry. Your time is coming. Don't worry. And the maximum right now, we have 1,199 requests left in the queue. So we still have a ways to go. So here we go. I'm going to burn 3. Actually, you know what? I always burn 3. Let's burn 4 today. Why not? Let's burn 4. So we're going to burn 4, and then we're going to go from there. Whatever number gets picked on, number 5, that's going to be our winner. So let's give it a shot here. Roll number 1. Ooh, 881. That's pretty up there. About 2/3 of the way up. Let's give another spin. 988. We're getting higher. We're getting higher. Roll number 3. Ooh, 1145. That is high. Let's see. Yeah, should we do 3? No, let's do 4. We're going to do 4. One more here. Okay, so whatever we roll next, that's our winner. Ready? Here we go. Drum roll, please. 975. All right, you see it here, folks. Request number 975 in the queue is going to bump straight up to the front of the line. So let me go grab that request, and I'll see you back on the main page.
5 minutes later.
All right, we're back on the main page, and I have a winner for you on the random number generator request. Number 975 in the queue was Disciple. Yes, indeed. Disciple fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. This was originally requested by William Moore and has been brought to you thanks to MAT with his prioritized request. So William Moore, and I suppose Matt too, want to see me react to this. It is Disciple with a tune entitled Rise Up. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hold it, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Disciple, shocking, and the video has 136,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Disciple, Rise Up, live video. So we have a live performance from Disciple today. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Hey, it's Disciple. Hey, this is Kevin. I'd like to introduce you to my friends here in Ontario, California! I want to see everybody jumping in this place. I want to see everybody jumping. We're about to rise up. Balcony. I will not sit silently by as you mock and curse my. Stand against him. Hands up. Here I come. I'm about to rise up, all of my people. We're about to rise up. Here we come now. We're about to rise up. Everybody go crazy. We're about to rise up. Here I come. I'm about to rise up, all of my people. We're about to rise up. Here we come now. Rise up, all of people. We're about to rise up now. Yeah, you bark accusations that paralyze my brother's head. Yeah, but only a small spark starts an unquenchable fire. Here I come. I'm about to rise up, all of my people. We're about to rise up. Here we come now. We're about to rise up. People of God, sing it. We're about to rise up. Here I come. I'm about to rise up, all of my people. We're about to rise up. Here we come now. All my people, rise up now. We're about to rise up now.
Okay, it's just it's a lot to take in. Borderline overload. Very heavy riff in D, my favorite key, hands down. That drop D, you can't beat it. The drive and the energy of the song is right where it needs to be. It's got a nice feel to it, a nice groove, nice heavy feel especially when they're going to a halftime feel. Oh man, that feels good. Vocally, he's got the grit and growl vocal, but within the grit and growl vocal, he has tone. It's not like a ghost note or a subharmonic. No, it is clearly defined pitch within the grit and growl. So I'm cool with it. I got no problem with it. Guitars, bass, drums sound great across the board. Love the guitar tone. The songwriting, the song's pretty simple. The riff it's not hard to follow. It's pretty easy to follow along with. But that's not bad. It's not a bad thing at all. I've always said this on the channel. Simple can be effective when it's done properly. And this is being done properly. It's a simple riff. It's repetitive. And because it is repetitive, it becomes recognizable. It embeds itself in your mind, and decides to make an occupancy there, and then good luck evicting it, because this is the kind of song that will absolutely, weave its way into your head and not let go. The kind of song that you'll just, 3 weeks from now, you'll be sitting there washing dishes or whatever, and all of a sudden, boom, the riff pops in your head, and you have no idea why. It's catchy. It is hooky. More than that, though, the stage energy is through the roof. The stage energy looks fantastic. The stage interaction looks fantastic. The crowd interaction looks fantastic. The showmanship is fantastic. Everything about the live show visually, I'm liking. So, yeah, they're checking off all the boxes, and production too. Yeah, they got production. They got the cryo. So, yeah, their production's there. They've checked off all the boxes. We're halfway through the song, and they've already checked off every single box. So, I have no complaints about this at all. None. How will that translate to a score? I don't know. I don't know that part yet. We still got a minute and a half to go. A lot can happen in a minute and a half. They could end up blowing this. They really could. They could end up just completely imploding, or they might turn it up a notch and take it up to the next level. I don't know. One of the exciting things, one of the fun things about doing these reactions, man, is you just don't know. Unless you've seen this before, then obviously you know what to expect. But like me, I've never seen this before, so I don't know what to expect. Who knows? We've seen it happen. Listen, we've seen it on the channel. 30 seconds to go. They're up in the 8s, and then they do something stupid in the last 30 seconds, and their score comes crashing down into the 6s. And then on the flip side, we've seen scores of 7, solid 7s. Not bad. It's really good. And then the last 30 seconds, they just absolutely turn it on like it's never been turned on before. And the next thing you know, you're going from a 7.3, 7.4, all the way up to an 8.2, 8.3, maybe even higher. It's happened before. So who knows? Who knows? I'm excited. Let's see what happens here. I'm really curious.
Come on, I want to hear everybody sing Rise Up Now. Here we go.
Oh, more crowd interaction. Let's do it.
Let me hear you. Rise up now. Shout it. Rise up now. We're about to rise up here.
Nice backflip.
I'm about to rise up. All of my people. We're about to rise up. Here we come now. Rise up. All my people. We're about to rise up now. We're about to rise up now. We're about to rise up. Thank you. We love you guys. God bless you.
Bam! Oh, that poor
We're
bass.
disciple. Good night.
Was that the bass? No, that was the guitar. That was the poor guitar. Who wants it? Yeah. Yeah. We got 2 ads. Here's the body for you, and here's the neck and the strings and the bridge for you. Must be nice to have an endorsement company give you free guitars. Must be nice. Ah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Remember what I said about the last minute and a half. Something could happen to change the score. Remember I said that. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Disciple with a live performance of Rise Up. This was originally requested by William Moore, and it was sitting at the queue at number 975. And thanks to MAT's prioritized request, which we utilized into a random number generator request, his request, William Moore's request, got bumped from 975 straight up to number 1. So, William, make sure you thank MMAT, because this was actually technically MMAT's prioritized request for the month of December for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, MMAT. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. And William, I'm sure you did. Make sure you thank MMAT for this. Okay, remember how I was saying that a lot can happen in a minute and a half? And it's happened before on the channel with people with bands with the last 30 seconds. All of a sudden, something happens, both for the better and for the worse. You know, it's happened where, you know, a band was coasting along at 7 and, you know, 7 point something, and then, you know, they cranked up at the last 30 seconds and it improved their score. You know, it's happened. You know, from like a 7.2, 7.3 up to a, you know, 7.7, 7.8. And on the flip side, we've had songs that have been in the 8s, and then the last 30 seconds, they just toss it in the dumpster. Not even in the dumpster. They toss it into a wood chipper. And then for the wood chipper, it goes into the sewer. It just absolutely turns into a just god-awful mess. And we go from an 8.1, 8.2, and the next thing you know, we're down in the 6.8 range. So it's happened both ways. We had a full minute and a half for things to happen. So a lot could happen, and quite a bit did. And I'm going to explain everything, I promise. So, start the song off right away. Crowd interaction, interacting with the crowd. The song kicks in, and the energy is immediately there. Kicking off to the races, and it never let its foot off the pedal. It was just nonstop energy in the song. The drive was there. The energy was there. The chordal progression. Would I say it was impressive? No, it wasn't impressive. I mean, it felt good. It sounded good. And I guarantee you, it's the kind of song that's going to hook its fangs into you, its claws into you, and it's not going to let go. And the worst part is, in about 2 or 3 weeks from now, more than likely, I'm going to be doing something. I'll probably be editing or something like that. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this song is going to hit me in the brain, and I'm just not going to be able to get it out with a crowbar. It's gonna make its residence in there for probably 2 or 3 days before it decides to leave. So it's a very smartly written song from the standpoint of, let's keep it simple and let's make it hooky. It's not trying to be technically impressive, okay? So am I gonna stand here though and say that it's one of the greatest songs I've ever heard written in my entire life? No, I'm not gonna say that. Not even close. It's a simple song, but effective. You know, looking at what I saw from the stage energy that we saw from the band, the crowd interaction that we saw, the stage interaction that we saw, the stage energy that we saw, it all looked really good, man. It did. I was seriously, when I paused, I already had a score kind of in my head. I already did. I was already looking about like a 7.7, 7.8. Okay, that's a really good score. Certainly nothing to sneeze at. I know a lot of bands that would kill to have a really good score like that. So we were already, coasting along really good with a really good score. Then I hit the play button, and we talk about achieving another level, hitting that next level, breaking the plateau and going up a little bit higher. That's exactly what happened when it came to the live performance. We saw more happen. When you think you've seen it all, here comes their guitar player doing a backflip off of a speaker while playing and landing. Listen, folks, I can tell you from personal experience how hard that is. I was in a band, and I was asked to learn how to do exactly that. Not off a speaker cabinet, off an Eagle block. We had some pretty high Eagle blocks. Our Eagle blocks were about 3 feet high. So I was asked to learn to do a backflip. I got the backflip. I got that part down. But then I said, okay, now let's try it with a bass on. Forget it. I couldn't get it. Putting that bass on changes everything. I practiced, man. I practiced in foam pits for months. And I could not get it. And I failed. Unfortunately, I failed miserably. And I'll never be able to do it. I don't even know if I can even do a backflip anymore. This was seriously over a decade ago. Almost, hold on. No, this would be almost 2 decades ago I was asked to do this. No, I forget it. Forget it. There's no way I'm going to try now. No chance. No, it's just not going to happen. But I did at one point. I was able to do the backflip off the ego block. I could plan it, but not with a bass. This guy with the bass off of his speaker cabinet, and he doesn't just do the backflip. He plants it. He lands it. He sticks it. And man, that was cool. You saw the crowd react to it too. The cameraman was perfect. When he hit that, he did the backflip and he stuck. As soon as he started the landing, cameraman was right there on the crowd, and they had the look of shock on their faces, like they've never seen that before, because they probably haven't. And then you have, the other guitar player running around using his guitar. They call guitars axes for a reason. They're not musical instruments. They are weapons, and you should treat them as such. So whenever you get the opportunity, swing that guitar up in the air and show it off for everybody to see. Run it up the flagpole and make everybody in the crowd salute it. Absolutely. Utilizing it as a tool, not as a crutch. I can't tell you how cool that is when you see musicians doing that kind of stuff. It looks great. And then at the very end, doing the crowd interaction with the sing-along. It was brief, but it was there. And at the very end, here comes the guitar player, taking off the guitar and smashing it on the ground. Now, I have mixed feelings about that. I do. Number one, it must be nice to have an endorsement company or an endorsement with a guitar manufacturer who's willing to give you free guitars. I never achieved that. I've never had that happen. I was in discussions with Ibanez and things fell through, unfortunately. I never got it. Never got the deal. So it must be nice to be able to have the freedom to take a guitar, smash it, and then here's another one. That must be nice. I always feel whenever I see a guitar get smashed, there's the part of me that's elated. Like, oh my God, that was really cool to see. That was really cool to experience. That type of energy and that type of stage dedication to the stage show. And then, of course, he takes the two pieces and puts them out in the crowd for fans. That's very nice of him, very giving of him. I wonder who he got that idea from. Couldn't possibly have been Paul Stanley, could it? Or maybe instead of Paul Stanley, maybe a guy from Pete Townsend. I know Pete Townsend would smash guitars. I don't know if he ever took the pieces and gave them to the crowd. I know Paul Stanley would do that. But of course, with Paul Stanley, he would use a piece of junk guitar that maybe cost $100. He would get, he would have his techs go out to the local guitar stores, find just the cheapest piece of garbage that they could find, and he would smash it on stage. Yeah, you would never see him smash one of his Icemen. No, he would not do that. I have mixed feelings though. It's a nice gesture, doing that for the show, for the sake of the show, for the live show, giving the pieces to the crowd. That's a nice gesture, but at the same time, you just took a perfectly good musical instrument, POS that it is, okay? It probably is a POS guitar that he had on stage and played through it strictly because he knew he was going to destroy it. It's still a functional instrument though, and I have mixed feelings on it. I don't. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. I mean, for the sake of the live show, it looks good, but I still feel bad for the poor instrument. But in any case, they did turn it up. They absolutely did, and they moved their score. And here comes the final score. Like I said, we were like a 7.7, 7.8. My final score for this, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.2. Yep, 8.2. I feel good about that score. I already told you all the reasons why.
Why?
And an 8.2, just in case you're curious, an 8.2 would equate out to a great scale rating. So overall, I think this was a great presentation, start to finish. They would also give 4 to 5 stars in an A- letter grade. Yeah, we moved up from the B+ range up to the A- range. So there you go, an 8.2, great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. And that's really all there is to it. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.